final element of the permaculture decision-making matrix, the Permaculture Design Principles. Here are my two favorite books, which are the source of the principles. Bill Mollison included a comprehensive list of principles in the Permaculture Designer's Manual. And later on, David Homegrown consolidated and repackaged the principles into 12 in his book, Permaculture Principles and Pathways Beyond Sustainability. So for simplicity's sake, I'll present to you Homegrown's 12 principles. Principle 1 is observe and interact. And this is essentially what we've been talking about for this entire course thus far. Where am I? What are the forces present on my site that I need to design for?
Hey guys, today I want to try to dispel 5 common myths that I hear in permaculture all the time. And actually there's a number of more myths that maybe at another time I'll try to dispel as well. But these 5 are the ones that I find kind of bother me the most and also lead farmers down a path that is not helpful for them. In my consulting practice that I've done for over at least the last 4 years, I've helped a lot of farmers lean out their farms, trim off the fat, and solve problems. And these are things, these 5 particularly, are things that I'm constantly having to tell people, like, look, you can't take all these things at face value. Context is really important, and I'm not here to slander permaculture or anybody in it, because I think overall the permaculture.
It's surprising how much you can actually grow on a small block like this. We produced about 265 kilograms of vegetables a couple of years running from last year, and we're producing around 160 kilograms of fruit and about 800 eggs a year as well. So we provide for most of our own fresh food needs on site. Hi, I'm Richard Telford. We're in central Victoria, in Seymour, and this is our home, Abdallah House. We've been living here for about 10 years now. My family of Kuni, who's Japanese, and our 2 sons, Kai and Sen, who are 10 and 7. We moved into the house.
Tiny houses and permaculture often go hand in hand as families come together to share and look after the land. Today we're about to visit one family who have built a beautiful tiny house on a permaculture property that can only be described as my version of paradise. G'day Murray.
G'day Bryce.
Nice to meet you, mate.
You too.
And how wonderful to see your home. This just looks amazing.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about what actually inspired you to build a tiny house on wheels.
Oh, well, I saw the concept. There was a guy in a workshop where I was renting a space, building a tiny house. And I thought it was interesting, but kind of like, why would you not just get a caravan? And then circumstances.
Hey there everyone, my name is Jordan from Happen Films and this is Limestone Permaculture Farm.
Well, I'm Brett Cooper and myself, my wife Nicole Cooper are the owners of Limestone Permaculture. It's a little farm based up in the Stroud Valley. I wanted to start a permaculture farm based on the fact that about 12 years ago, my wife had gone through a bit of an illness where she had to change the way she ate. We were living in Newcastle at the time and we decided to change the way we were living in the way of food production. You know, instead of going down and buying all our supposedly fresh produce from our local grocers and suppliers, we started growing it ourselves.
Brett and Nikki grew their knowledge about organic gardening by reading books, watching documentaries and working on their tiny 330 square metre property in Newcastle. They created a successful intensive veggie garden, which led to holding open days, developing community gardens, being featured in the local newspaper and sharing food with neighbours.
Good morning everyone. I'm making this little video this morning as part of the 13th anniversary celebrations of Belton Cottage. This project was started 13 years ago, and 13 years ago it looked, I'm just going to go to the next property here, it looked like that. It was just a bare field. 13 years on, it looks like this. So the planting has been very intense. Over the first few years there was a massive amount of planting done, all done by myself.
It's September 10th today, and I'm in my 5-year-old food forest. The system is in high production, and I wish that there was a way that I could convey to you how much food we're getting for how little work we're doing. To the untrained eye, if you looked around, you might think it was messy, but everything in here has a purpose. Everything has a function. I'm gonna go through, show you how everything's doing. Let's go. Still a lot of zucchinis producing flowers. There's some big zucchinis in the back there. A little bit of powdery mildew, but that's expected considering the spot it's in, being underneath a couple trees. But getting that production in a spot like this is awesome in my opinion. This one I let get a little too far past. I gotta harvest that one. Maybe I'll try to fry it up or something. That's the only thing you can do when they get that big. All the trees are doing